Donald Trump has a plot to become president, and he's not waiting around for 2024. Dude thinks he can be president like nowish. Take a look at this. Robin Vos, Speaker of the Wisconsin State Assembly, said in an interview just yesterday that the former president called him last week and encouraged him to decertify Joe Biden's win in the state. Now, I want to be very clear. You might think, oh, did I accidentally click on like an old video again? No, it's today, it's the present, it's now. Europe is on fire. That also might be true in the future, I don't know. It was 20 months ago that Donald Trump lost the state of Wisconsin. 20 months, and Trump wants that to be decertified now. Why does he want that? Look, we're gonna be delving into some truly addled minds here, but there are people, and Trump is one of them, former president of the United States, who thinks that if they decertify a few states in the last election, then he can become president now. Not in 2024, not just like a technical thing. No, the plot is to get him back in the White House. Now, is that utter bananas? Yup, it's overripe. There's black spots on that plan. It doesn't make any sense, but they are working on it. Now, in this case, Robin Vos, Speaker of the Wisconsin Assembly, was like, I can't do that. But he said it's very consistent. He makes his case, which I respect. He would like us to do something different in Wisconsin. I explained that it's not allowed under the Constitution. He has a different opinion. No, but okay, Robin Vos, you're technically, I guess, doing the right thing in that you're not taking part in this. Although, again, like with Mike Pence, you can't. So I'm not gonna give you too much credit. But like, no, but Robbie, can I call you Robbie? Rob, we'll go with Rob. Do you think he has a different opinion about the Constitution? Do you think that's what's really going on? Do you think that Donald Trump has pored over old dusty scrolls? He found the Declaration of Independence, out of national whatever treasure, and he has just crunched all the numbers, and I think it's legal. Do you think that's what's happening, or do you think he doesn't give a damn? He's just doing whatever he thinks can be the background like decorations of another attempt to become president. Damn the Constitution. Do you really think that? And look, he's being super nice to Donald Trump. And so what do you think that Donald Trump is gonna do to him? It's gonna shred him. And we'll have that for you in just a moment. But JR, what do you think about the most recent attempt to have a reboot of the Trump presidency?
I want you to imagine. So of course, this guy, Robin Vos, Speaker of the Wisconsin State Assembly, has exposed this, pointed out that Donald Trump asked him to overturn this yesterday. So in doing that, do you think if this was anyone else, if Joe Biden had lost and he was still ranting and raving about the election being stolen from him for 2 years, then if he reached out to certain folks, this particular person here, and said, hey, I need you to flip it for me, do you think he would then explain this as, I told him that it wasn't allowed in the Constitution, but he has a different opinion? Or would he say, this anti-American a-hole who hates the Constitution and hates every American in the country keeps coming to me with these illegal schemes? Do you think he would say it with a negative tone, or do you think he would say it very calmly and making it seem like it's not a big deal the way he did with Donald Trump here? It's crazy how even the Republicans who are upset about the approach that Donald Trump has as far as this, and also say that he's destroying the party and he keeps derailing their actual policies or the approach they want to take when it comes to the election to talk about 2020, they don't say it with any kind of excitement, anger, opposition. They just say the words and kind of move on and hope that he doesn't pick up on it. But sadly, as you're gonna point out, he picked up on it, no matter how milquetoast it was.
100%. They've never responded to some whatever nonsense Hunter Biden had gotten up to by saying he has a different opinion on things. No. And by the way, you're not allowed to have a substantive opinion on the Constitution if you haven't read the Constitution. And I'm not even expecting he'll have read the entire Constitution. I've never sat down and read the entire Constitution in one go. But I would bet every cent I have, every cent I will ever have, that he has not read 75 words in a row. I'll give him a sentence, maybe. Maybe at one point he accidentally read a sentence for a photo op. He has never read for 40 seconds in a row of the Constitution. And I don't care how conservative you are, you know that it's true. So here is what he has had to say about Vos. Now, what I'm about to read you, this is in advance of what Vos just revealed to us, okay? He said, looks like Speaker Robin Vos, a longtime professional rhino, always looking to guard his flank. I love flank steak. He will be doing nothing about the amazing Wisconsin Supreme Court decision. The Democrats would like to sincerely thank Robin and all of his fellow rhinos for letting them get away with murder. So, like, that Biden is president and has been president for 2 years now at this point. Okay, that was before. Then Robin Voss comes out and says, no, the dude like a couple days ago tried to get me to overturn the election. Not in January 6th, like right now. Like after Stranger Things had concluded, he wanted to overturn the election. It's madness. So he sends out this message. So what's Speaker Robin Voss doing on the great Wisconsin Supreme Court ruling declaring hundreds of thousands of drop box votes to be illegal? This is not a time for him to hide, but a time to act. I don't know his opponent in the upcoming primary, but feel certain he will do well if Speaker Voss doesn't move with gusto. Robin, don't let the voters of Wisconsin down. Again, I cannot stress this enough. Robin Voss can't overturn the 2020 election. That's not how that works. Even if he could overturn Wisconsin, which definitively he cannot, that would not result in Donald Trump having the electoral votes, let alone the reality of becoming president. That's not true. But he's saying there, JR, I don't know who the opponent is because he literally hasn't looked into this for even a few seconds, but he's gonna support the primary opponent. And also, this is not a time for him to hide, but a time to act. What are you talking about him hiding? Well, I don't even understand what that's. First of all, he's doing interviews about this. You're responding to an interview he did on TV about your call. Just invoking the concept of a politician being forced to hide feels to me like an implicit threat. Maybe I'm going too far.
Oh, I didn't even think about it that way. The first thought I had was that, he's making up these scenarios of him hiding, but he's talking about him being out there, of course. But it has to be this characterization of him being this, it's sneaky. He says one thing, then he jumps behind you in the dark and he's over there stabbing me in the back. And again, his understanding of how government works is strictly based on whoever I talk to does what I say, and then that's just the law. It really doesn't go past that. It's whatever I say is the law. And whoever I say to get to that point also has to do it, or else he's not working for the United States of America. He's actually in opposition to the country. That's his thought process. And you talked about him reading for longer than 40 seconds. He doesn't have to read, because if he read something else might come into his brain and it'll have a battle with his insular thoughts. So no, Donald Trump is, as we talked about before, his endorsement process is based off of whether or not someone is gonna support his 2020 election fraud scheme thing. That's it. If you're on board with that, he's good. That's why he mentioned the primary battle. And he's trying to toss that around. That's the threat I see. He's like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm gonna back up his primary opponent. I don't know who it is. It doesn't matter, because as long as they believe what I say, nothing else matters. But somehow people who support him don't care that nothing else matters. Weird how that works.
Yeah, by the way, like, lest you come away from this conversation thinking, oh, thank God, that we have people like Robbie Voss. That's what I call him. I can do that because I know him. Robbie Voss is there to stop this from happening. Responsible people who respect democracy. Hold up there, buddy. Voss himself has peddled election conspiracy theories and baselessly claimed that voter fraud in his state influenced the 2020 election. No, he's not attacking Robbie Voss because Robbie is great on democracy. Great guy overall, fun to hang out with. But no, it's just that he won't overturn it. It's like with Mike Pence. He's not attacking them because they are his like devoted enemy. They just can't make magic happen. They can't overturn the results of the election like they can't snap their fingers and be standing on Saturn. Both of those things are impossible, but not being able to do the impossible is enough for Trump to attack.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.